Welcome back, everybody. RC here for Photography Tips and Tricks, your show for gear, tips, inspiration, anything that you need to be able to take your photography over to the next level. And yeah, we're making it rain up in this. I brought the pole. So a lot of the times whenever I show up with this on set, obviously I'm going to get a good amount of laughs at. But this is actually a very, very viable product. I'm glad you're showing the rest of it now. So this is a product from Manfrotto. And what this is a column light stand. We'll go ahead and we'll show you what it is right here. So it's the C231, oh, it's a 231 CS. So it's a chrome steel column and it goes up about 8 feet. A lot of the times when I'm working with portraiture, I think it's absolutely important that you get rid of the tools that you have in your hand to mess with people. So what happens is this stand helps out quite a bit with it, right? It has this trigger lock that you can use to just squeeze and move it up and down. And a lot of the times when people use this, they use this more as an articulated light source. Right, you can raise it, you can lower it, you can move it around. But what I'll do is I'll add a couple of brass monkeys to it, and I'll attach a ball head to it. So in this case, we have a very, very well-worn, Really Right Stuff BH55. So big tripod, right, set up. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna reach over here and I'm gonna grab a camera. So I'll take the camera and I'll set the camera up. I'll lock it into place. And I'll take my remote cable. I always leave a remote cable and I always have the remote cable kind of tied up right here, right? And then I'll take that. Usually what I do is just kind of set it in there first, and then once it's set, I'll go ahead and I'll double wrap it so that it doesn't fall down. Here's the trick. I want to use this remote, not because I want to kind of walk away or be able to do stuff, but just because I don't want people to see my hand on this. If you're a photographer and you're having a picture taken, or if you're a subject and you're having a picture taken and you see this, ready, 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 there it is, wait, wait, there it is. That's very intimidating. And a lot of the times what happens is people will turn around and they'll just kind of be like, all right, when's it gonna happen, when's it gonna happen, when's it gonna happen? Oh, it just happened. So you don't get a lot of really good, interesting shots then. So by taking it off camera and putting a trigger right here, it tends to it's kind of like an old weatherman type thing. Like you never see the weatherman flip from one screen to another screen. He always has this little thing in his hand and he'll just turn around and he's in the middle of talking and this is what's happening. So it's flipping behind him. I'm taking a shot every time I hit the plunger. Now, one of the things that you need to consider though is I'll start talking to people here. So I'll have a conversation with you and go, hey, so what's going on? Hey, that looks awesome. That looks good. Give me a little bit more of this. And in the middle of all of that stuff, they're like, oh, I'm trying. And then they start laughing and they start interacting. And in the middle of the entire session, you're taking picture, picture, picture. And they notice that when you're making portrait photography, it is not about wait, 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 shoot it, but it's something where great shots happen throughout the time. You're just interacting with that person, you're talking, you're doing stuff, and in the middle of all of that stuff, something is happening, and you'll just catch it. Now, the one thing that you do need to keep in mind is I'll tend to zoom out a little bit more and crop in. A lot of the times I'm using a camera that's gonna be able to hold it, right? D3S, D800. I've got some megapixels to be able to do that. But what you don't wanna do is this. You don't wanna have this field of view like down here, this low. Actually, you might want to cut to the tight shot, right? You don't want this here and have a person looking right here, because what's going to happen is you're going to see a lot of pictures that look like this. It's the same thing that happens with kid pictures. A lot of the times people take the picture, the kid's looking up the entire time. So when you're taking this shot and you're doing this, you don't have to make a big deal of it, but you just have to turn around and just go, all right, so what's going on here? By keeping this in the same field of view as this, the eyes get drawn down to the barrel of the lens, and now you can work on all of your smoke and mirrors. You're like, all right, yep, that looks good, that's perfect, that's great, that's good. And the interaction is a little different now. It's something that happens rather than something that you wait for. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's take a quick break. If you want to see more about this, right, go to the B&H website. The B&H website has the the 231C from Manfrotto. The B&H website is where you can get it. We'll come back with some tips from Peter Reed Miller as well as Bill Fortney. Stick around. Welcome back, everybody. Photography Tips and Tricks RC here. Now, we have a tip from Mr. Bill Fortney on shooting close-up photography in the field. Take a look at this.
Well, good morning. I'm Bill Fortney, and we're at Olympic National Park. Actually, we're at the Olympic Lodge in Port Angeles. And I want to tell you quickly about on a morning that you can't shoot, that you can't get out in the field, some hotels have a great series of plants. This hotel has a great number of wonderful plants. You can do close-ups in the field. If it hasn't rained overnight, which it did here, you can use a spritzer bottle to put a little bit of liquid on the plants. And this hotel even has a book that tells you what the plants are, which is pretty cool. If you want to learn more about close-up photography and how you can do this yourself, please check out my classes on KelbyTraining. I have 2 close-up classes, or come to my website, billfortney.com. Hope you have a great day, and thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much, Bill Fortney. Now, let's move over to the world of sports. Peter Reed Miller's got some great tips on how to be able to take your photography to the next level, and he's going to share one with us on changing your field of view. Take a look.
Hi, Peter Reed Miller, Sports Illustrated photographer, with a quick tip on how you can improve your sports photography. Try and shoot as low as possible, especially when you're shooting younger athletes. The smaller they are, the more you want to get down to their eye level. And even when the kids grow up, you want to shoot low. The up angle makes everyone appear more heroic. You also get under the brim of their caps or their helmets, so try and stay down as low as you can. If you want to see more, check out my class on what makes a great sports photograph with Scott Kelby on KelbyTraining.com.
Thanks so much, guys. Now listen, if you like Bill Fortney, Peter Reed Miller, and some of the world's best photographers to be in one spot to teach you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, KelbyTraining.com. They're the guys that put this show together, and if you're sitting there going, I really wish I could learn more, that's where you want to be able to do it. So make sure you go take a look at KelbyTraining.com. Now we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I've got a website that I want you to take a look at, as well as this week's contest. Stick around. Welcome back, everybody, to Photography Tips and Tricks RC here. Now, we have a Peachpit book deal for you. So this is 40% off of an ebook. So all you have to do is go here to this Peachpit website, peachpit.com/KelbyTV, and enter in the code KelbyTV. When you do that, you're going to save 40% off of this book, and it's only for a limited time. So thank you so much, guys, at Peachpit for this incredible deal. Now, we have a website that I want you to take a look at. And he did a tutorial earlier today, so I wanted to make sure that you can take a look at the rest of his work, BillFortney.com. Now, Bill's got some amazing work here, and he's got some very, very inspirational posts. Now, that said, YouTube moment. Guys, this is a photography and faith website. So you're going to see some amazing photography. He also talks about his faith. So spare me the Jesus comments on the YouTube. Don't do it. They're just going to get removed. He happens to be a photography and faith person. If you don't want to see it, don't take a look at it. But you're going to miss out on some wonderful, wonderful photography from a great man. So that's the website to watch for this week. Now, contest time. What do we want to give away? Well, first off, I do want to give away Michael Clark's book, Exposed, right? So he talks about his life and times, right, of a pro photographer. And it's a great behind the scenes into the way Michael works. That's going to be something that we're going to give away. We're also going to give away a pass to Photoshop World. Photoshop World's coming up September 4th through the 6th at Las Vegas. So it's going to be at the Mandalay Bay Convention Center. If you want to join some of the world's best photographers and some of the world's best Photoshop instructors all under one roof, you now have a ticket to be able to do so. Make sure you do that. Now, to do that, what you're going to do is you're going to go to KelbyTV.com. Obviously, you're going to go to Photography Tips and Tricks. Click on this. You're going to find the most recent show. The show that you're going to be looking at is episode 33. Click on the Tips and Tricks section. Click on episode 33. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. Leave a name, leave an email, leave a website, and tell us a comment. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like. Tell us what you would like to see. This is your show. We want to solve your problems. So one of you guys is going to get picked, and you're going to win both the book as well as a pass to Photoshop World. Guys, that's pretty much all for this week. Hopefully you guys will be here next week here on Photography Tips and Tricks.